Now, all right there. It may surprise you that I've been locked up. No bird, done no porridge, not been in the clink. But I've been chucked in a holding cell for a night here and there. First time I was about 11, another story. Then a few other times, but the first time as a drug addict, which changes your emphasis. Emphasis. Because you don't want to be held there all night long. You want to get out early because you're going to start withdrawing. The old Bill know that. They get a doctor to come in, looks in your eyes. He's not ready for giving a statement. He's under the influence. The self-same doctor knowing full well that by morning you're going to be not under the influence to such an extent. It's like the Overton window of chemical stability. You know, you're going to be rattling your fillings loose. So the idea is not to be there all night. You want that interview done. You want to get out. Because they'll dump you on the street, semi-naked, no money, fucking miles from home. So one of the first times this happened, I think it was the first time because I was still quite stupid, still naive. They've got me in there, bang to rights, I'm carrying heroin. And he's gone, have you got any history of mental disorders, suicide, etc.? And yeah, many suicide attempts. I'm thinking they're not going to throw me in a cell for the night at the risk of a suicide. Torquay local Nick does not want a junkie suicide on their hands. Not because they give a shit, but they don't want the paperwork and the negative publicity. Unfortunately, being told I can leave with a little packed lunch and 20 quid to help me on my way wasn't what happened. I got given a suicide suit. It's a blue paper, plastic zip-up jumpsuit, like boiler suit. You know, if you lean forward too quickly, it's going to tear. It's that weak. You cannot do anything with this. You can't make a noose out of it. They've had my belt, my shoelaces, my shoes. Everything in that room is curved. So even if you wanted to bang, even if you could bang your head repeatedly on the wall until it killed you, it's next to impossible to kill yourself when you're under suicide watch. Even if they're not watching you, and there's a camera in there, of course there is. Chances are, British Nick, holding cell, Tuesday night, they're not paying much attention to it, but, you know, maybe there's a motion sensor. Who knows? You get the picture. I mean, think about it. How would you kill yourself with next to nothing? There's nothing to hang anywhere. Even if you could delicately thread and braid and plait some kind of rope together, there's nowhere to put it. You're going to be chasing yourself around the cell. Like, now compare that budget £100, 2007 UK, next to nobody Chris Dangerfield on a fucking petty possession with intent to use charge, with globally infamous, eyes of the world glued to Epstein. A man who is a body of evidence, literally and figuratively. The stories that man could tell, the links, the associations, the people involved. And he's no small fry. The money this man has been dealing with, and dare I say laundering. I mean, look at the work he done. You know, it's high level laundering. And you can do that. You can do it legally. You find loopholes. You find ways of doing it. You're juggling. I had a mate years ago. Made millions. I mean millions. That's not figurative. Literally millions of pounds. Bought loads of white block houses. Modernist nightmares all around the world. On this peculiar VAT scam. I think they call it carousel selling. I should have looked it up, but I didn't know I was going to get here. But look it up. Something like that. Carousel selling or carousel fraud. And the trick is, I sell, company A sells 1,000 units to company B. which they purchased, they claim back the VAT. Company B then sell that lot on and claim back the VAT. Everyone claims back the VAT and it just goes round and round. No one's buying or selling anything. It's just a VAT reclaiming scheme. And if done correctly, you make millions. I saw it happen. Think about that when you find out and you're sort of sitting in an alleyway, 4 a.m. Got a couple of quid, mate. Should have paid more attention to the VAT system. The man was loaded, he was influential, and he was a body of stories. And he's dead. Suicide. Are you sure? Now, conjecture, to say the least. It's best guess at this stage. But a man who is, without doubt, if not a suicide risk, without doubt a death risk. Many people have many reasons to kill this man. Many people have many reasons to stop him speaking. They don't want him whistling like a kettle. And so that's Death Watch. Keep an eye on him like we were told he was. And he's dead. I'm fucking gutted. You know, there was a sense, there was a hint, there was a chance of some kind of justice. For people whose lives, let's not forget, in between my lives have been destroyed. Abuse, neglect, sexual abuse cripples people. Changes who you are. These people had their lives changed by his greed, by his power, by his need for greed, by his need to exert power. Lives ruined, families ruined, futures destroyed. What a wanker. And then the royal family, of course, have been implicated. Oh, what's that? The Clintons? Fuck me, man. Those eat demons. They're like demons, those two. I mean, whatever you think about Trump, America didn't dodge a bullet. It dodged annihilation. Wouldn't have been a fucking flesh wound. Had what? Clintons. You know, it's funny, isn't it? That what was that series with Kevin Spacey about government? You know, about the first lady and the president. I can't remember. It was House of Cards. And then there was a mad twist when Kevin Spacey got Me Too'd up. Turned out he'd been grabbing older children on set and things. Hang on, where's the reality? And the frame of reality has taken a brutal twist here. It got suicided. It got deathed off. The show got deathed off. You know, anyone who knows anything about this case could, with a couple of hours and a fucking dial-up modem, could write a list, as long as your arm, of the people who gain from him being dead. And who gains from him being alive? Victims, the general public, people who believe in, truth and goodness, people who believe in treating humans as humans and not like fucking meat, like these sociopaths. This is insanity. There's no way this could have happened unless it's been orchestrated. Maybe by him. I'm not saying, because I don't know. I mean, I know that doesn't stop me. I'm not saying he didn't kill himself, but you don't have to make much effort to stop someone doing that. And that effort wasn't made. You know, with Epstein's death, he's buried 1,000 stories that would have ripped apart many institutions that now will nonetheless continue in their disgusting deeds. The only positive I can really get out of this, and it's a bit, with all that money and all that power, with all that so-called success, the bloke still died in his underwear, alone, or saying sorry to a hitman who didn't even know his name.
Thanks for watching.
Sweet.